while we're at it, here is a book I have always loved. The Singing Sack. Published by A&C Black and edited by Helen East. Now, in this book, there are some wonders indeed. But my favourite one is not the story of Nancy. It's not this story or that story. It's not Did the Rum Do, although it's very, very good. My favourite story is this one, The Strange Visitor. And I've got my little drum, so I'm going to bang it. There was an old woman who lived all alone, and all alone was she. No one around for miles around to keep her company. One night she sat beside the fire, spinning at the wheel. And as she sat, she said she, "Oh, how lonely I do feel." Still she sat, and still she span, and still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Hey! When in came a pair of great big feet and settled themselves beside the fire. Ooh! Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Then in came a couple of wee thin legs, and settled themselves on top of the feet. Oh! Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Then in came a great big horrible body. Ooh, 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 ooh. Plonked itself on top of the legs. Ooh, 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 ooh. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Then in came a couple of wee thin arms. Stuck themselves on the side of the body. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. I can't hear you singing the refrain. That's because you're a long way away. You can shout as much as you want. I won't hear unless you live next door to me in Ashburton, in Devon. TQ137EP. Uh-oh, too much information there. Then in came a couple of great big hands and settled themselves on top of the arms. Whoa! Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Then in came a wee thin skinny neck, ooh, and settled itself on top of the body. Ooh! Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Still can't hear you, come on. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. We've had the feet, we've had the legs, we've had the body, we've had the arms, we've had the hands, we've had the neck. What's coming next, do you think? I said, what's coming next? In comes a great big horrible head. Ooh, 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 ooh. Plonks itself on top of the neck. Ooh, 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 ooh. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Hey! The little old lady, she stopped her spinning at the wheel, and she didn't run into the cupboard. There were too many skeletons in there. She didn't hide under the carpet. She didn't stand there with her hands over her face and go, "You won't see me, you won't see me, you won't see me, you won't see me." She just stopped and she looked and she said, "Mr. Ogre, you've come into my house without knocking at the door, without an invitation, without ringing the bell, without sending a text, without sending an email or WhatsApp or letting me know. And not only have you come in without an invitation, you have left the door open." And the ogre says, What did you say? I said, you've left the door open, and would you go and close it now? I don't think you know how it works around here. And how does it work around here? Well, I am an ogre, and I have come here to gobble you up. Well, you've come to gobble me up, have you? Well, before you gobble me up, you can at least go and shut the door. Go and shut the door. Oh, honestly, I've never been spoken to like that before in my life. What's it coming to? All right, I'm going to go and shut the door, but then I'm going to gobble up that little old lady. And off he goes, and he shuts the door, and then he starts walking towards the little lady, and he's about to pick her up and gobble her up, when the little old lady says, Mr. Ogre, why have you got such great big feet? And the ogre, he looks down at his feet and he says, well, great big feet, I've always had great big feet. I suppose they're for walking far, Oh, what about your legs? They're so thin and reedy. Why are you so skinny in that department? Why am I so skinny in that department? I suppose from staying up late and too little food. Oh, what about your body? I mean, it's so large in proportion to your legs. You must have a little problem with your knees. I do, especially at the winter time. Why have I such got a great big body? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because it's all from working hard. What about your arms? I mean, they're as thin as the twigs I use for my broom. Why are you so thin there? Are you a witch? No, I just like to keep the place tidy. Why are your arms so thin? Oh, from staying up late and too little food. Oh, what about your hands? I mean, they're as large as frying pans. I'd be able to cook 12 eggs in each one if they were. Why have you got such great big hands? Great big hands? For carrying things, Oh, what about your neck? It's as skinny as a starving chicken's. All these questions from staying up late and too little food. Oh, what about your head? I mean, it's so large, it's ginormous, and I've got to say, you're just so ugly. What did you say? I said, you're ugly. Well, thank you. I've always wanted to be ugly. I used to look in the mirror and think I wasn't good enough. I was going to go to Thailand for an operation. Do you really think I'm ugly? I do. Oh, you're making me blush. But why have I got such a great big head? I know. From knowing so much. Well, why have you come here then? And the ogre knew exactly why he'd turned up in the middle of the night. He looked down at the wee little thing and he said, I have the pleasure to inform you, in case you hadn't heard before, that I've entered your establishment for the prime purpose of gobbling your flesh, drinking your blood, and gnawing on your bones. And with that, the ogre gave a horrible ogre's laugh. Could you give a horrible ogre's laugh, please? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. A little louder. Get it to TQ13 7EP 2, 3, 4. Louder. A little bit more. But the little old lady, she's not scared. She runs over to the corner of the room and she gets her broom and she charges like a rhinoceros towards him and says, Get out of my house. Get out of my house, you. Get out of my house! Get out of my house, you! And she chased him, she chased him, she chased him round the room. She chased him, she chased him, she chased him with the broom. And she chased him, she chased him, she chased him round the room. And she chased him, and she chased him, and she chased him with the broom. She biffed him, she bopped him, she smished him, she smashed him, she pinched him, she punched him, she tripped him, she thumped him. And the ogre, he's running around the house, saying, get off of me, ouch, oh, ow, oh, that hurts, get off of me. Mummy, mummy, hobble by mummy, this little old lady, she's picking on me. And he ran out of the door, and he ran into the woods, and the little old lady, she stood on the doorstep, as tenacious as a terrier, and she cried, you can at least come back and close this door. And in she went, and she peered through the window to see the ogre coming out of the deep dark woods, green, glowing, and trembling like a giant jelly, and with his fingers as long as cucumbers, he pulled the door shut and disappeared into the dark. And the little old lady, she put the broom back in the corner of the room, for she was a very tidy little old lady. And then she went back to the fire, and she poked it with the poker, for that's what a poker pokes. And then she sat on a stool, and she gave a little sigh. Oh, well. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, still she span, still she wished for company. Still she sat, and still she span, still she wished for company.